Hey fellas, 265 Chevy here, just one big old ass house. Alright, just want to make a video. I got the second coat of primer. I already filled all the nail holes and sanded all the stuff, all the spackling, and then re-primed it. That's the second coat of primer. Over here I had to bondo some deep impressions in the wood, and I got to sand all that and re-prime that. Today I'm going to try to put on the first coat of finish of the blue on the side. This gets painted white. I don't know if I'll get to this today or not, but it's a slow process. I gotta paint 2 coats on the windows, and just because the paint started chipping, so since I'm here, I might as well just put another coat on it, just to seal it again. Today's January 16th, I think. Gotta go to the doctor tomorrow, an eye doctor. Gotta fix that rot. Found out there was more rot right there. Kind of hard to see in the camera with the sun. And I had to dilate my eyes, which is never a good feeling. Gives me a headache. I'll tell you something about this. I learned about that. Talked to a millwork guy and I asked him a question. Why does the old wood on this house, stuff that's 100 something years old, and it don't do that? It don't have water rot. Like this stuff right here, it stays unpainted or whatever, and don't rot. And the termites will get to it and they'll tear it up, but it won't water rot. And he told me because that the trees that were built with the house 150, 180 years ago, you get out the sun, was 200-year-old trees or whatever, so they fully grown, so they're real dense in wood. So trees not actually sucking up a lot of water. The new wood that we get today, trees are only about 50, 60 years old before they cut them. Maybe even some a little bit less than that. So when you cut them and you put them on your house, the tree still don't know that, so it's still looking to grow. So it sucks up the water, especially at the edges. And that's where you normally have all your water rot at the edges, probably the first 4 inches, say 6 inches, right around there. So what I'm starting to do with that, because you know how everybody, you take your wood, you prime it on both sides, you prime your cut edge. Well, actually I found out too that primer don't stop water moisture coming in. It seals it, but don't stop water moisture from coming into the corners. So when this caulking fails, water gets in and the wood starts sucking it up, and it just hangs right up in that area right here. That's why it rots. It only lasts a good 4 or 5 years, and that's what you get. That probably lasted 7 to 8 years, somewhere around there. And it's been like that for a little while. What I do now, when I make that cut, see, latex, if you prime it and latex it, then you have a vapor barrier. Not a vapor barrier, but a water barrier. And when the paint fails, that barrier is going to fail. So not too many people are going to cut this piece of wood on a 45, and they might prime it, but they're not going to paint it with latex and then put it up there, because that's too much work. So like if a new house is being built, they're going to sell it. So it's all brand new. It's not their fault. I mean, they selling the house. It's solid, and 8 years down the road, that's your responsibility to fix it if it fails. So what I come up with now is actually on those 45, since this house is going to stay with me for a while in my family, my mom's house, is that I actually take resin, mix me up some resin, and I coat that 45. I prime it, but then I also coat that 45 and let it dry. So instead of painting it, so it gives it a water barrier, and the resin ain't gonna fail. The resin's gonna stay there. The only way you can get resin off is actually sand it off. So that's how I try to prevent that now. Does it work 100%? No, but it does definitely slows it down a lot. Or you're gonna be redoing it like every 7, 8 years or whatever, having somebody else come doing it if you own the house for a long time. So just a little tip, So I don't know if any of y'all ever wonder when y'all do construction on your house, and then 7 years later, 6 years later, it rots. Just on the edge. Just like this. It really sucks. Only other way you can do it, you buy pressure treated material, and that helps out a lot too. A lot of the stuff you get, well, for here you can't buy in pressure treated material. Maybe you can get it pressure treated. That's a lot more expensive too. So the rest of the board's good. It's just the corner that failed, because the water only travels about for 4 or 5 inches, 6 inches, and it stops, evaporates. So it don't travel the whole board. Like I said, if the board gets a crack in or something like that, and water starts going up in there, yeah, you have the same problem. But if you keep it caulked or whatever and paint it, on the outside the water just rolls off, and it don't impregnate at the board. You don't get inside the board. Yeah, excuse my workbench. Now I'm just pretty much to a point this, I just keep all my tools out instead of putting them all away every time. So I come right straight to here when I need something, just grab it and go back to work. So it's probably around 11:30 or so. So I want to get that painted before if it rains or anything. Might have some slight afternoon showers. That's what they say. Percentage. You know how that works. Wish all y'all happy New Year's if I didn't say that. If I didn't make a video before this. I've been watching a lot of y'all videos. Checking everything out. Doing a lot of nice work out there. Really don't have a lot of time. And for my subscribers that wanted me to I'm going to make a video upstairs. I haven't had a chance on what I'm doing in the attic. And when I make that video, I'll give you a couple of subscribers wanted the history of the house. So I'll give you a history of the house as much as I know. I really don't know a lot about it, but I'll tell you everything that I know. And so I can, get that information out there. Just want to let y'all know that I didn't forget y'all. I'm just real busy. Just trying to get this done so I can get to the cards. Still got a lot more work ahead of me. So whenever I get there, I get there. Alright, fellas. Later.